Hey Sunflower fam, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making butterfly jeans. So I've had this idea of like Pintrest chooses my project, and for a couple of months I wasn't able to do it because I wanted to use like wide leg jeans, but I only had skinny jeans at the time. Anyway, my dad gave me an old pair of his jeans and I was able to do this project using them. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to join the Sunflower fam, and let's get on the video. Hopefully it's educational and entertaining and just fun to watch. Love you guys.
The first thing you're going to want to do is seam rip off the pockets. So I thought about taking in jeans before, but my biggest, I guess like writer's block, but for sewing, so sewing block, was I couldn't figure out how do you take in jeans without taking in the pockets with them. It's easy, you just seam rip them off and then you can make them smaller and re-sew them back on. So I did that, and then the zipper you will also have to seam rip off if you want to do what I did and kind of make like a V waistline. So it's like a slanted zipper, so you're just going to seam rip it off. And it's folded over because I didn't really want to mess with the fly too much because I didn't have the right color of thread. So I didn't want to have to sew a different color thread back on to fix it. So I kind of just folded it, and then it wasn't exactly right. I didn't pin it perfectly on the fabric, so there was like a little bit of a fold, but I redid it and there was still a fold. So I made like a little dart on the inside of it. And this kind of fixed it. You couldn't even really tell, and I wouldn't really recommend this. It's probably better to just rip open the fly and remove the zipper, but again, I didn't want to mess up the thread color and just, yeah. So that's what it looked like after. I sewed like the little dart into it, and then you're going to flip your jeans inside out and take in the sides. So this is essentially like putting darts in clothing. I just kind of pinned to make it fit, and then you're just going to adjust it, try to make it symmetrical. It was actually pretty symmetrical, it's pretty good, and you're going to want to sew this and go over it a couple times once you're sure that it actually fits and it's perfect. So yeah, sew it like once, try it on, and if it's good or you need to make adjustments, do that. And then once you know that it's perfect the way you want it, that's when I would sew it on multiple times, like just go over the seam a couple times. It was a little bit too thick of fabric, and here's why.
This is too thick.
The layers of denim.
So I need to hand sew and make adjustments. Same with this side. But overall, look at the pants.
Okay, so since it was too thick to sew using my sewing machine, maybe yours wouldn't be. It probably varies for the sewing machine, and you can also get different needles and everything. But it didn't fit under the presser foot, so I just hand sewed it, and this wasn't hard. Just go over it a couple times, and yeah, like I said before, you can try it on, make sure it fits right, make the necessary adjustments, and then go over the seam a couple times to make sure it's strong enough.
Okay, so for the pockets, I'm thinking to do them slightly off-centered. This thread color doesn't exactly match, like, it's not a perfect match, but I think it's good enough. I kind of wanted to sew on embroidery thread and make them like different colored pockets. We'll see.
So just kind of plan out where you want your butterflies and read the instructions for how to iron them on and what you need to do. For me, it was 20 to 30 seconds with like a fabric in between. Like I used scrap fabric just as a barrier, and then you flip them inside out and iron them on the other side for 15 to 20 seconds. I used pretty much the highest setting on my iron, which was number 6. Not sure if that's right though, that might have been too hot, so definitely check the instructions for your patches and also your iron. Flip it inside out, and like I said, you're just gonna iron the back of them as well. I'm not exactly sure why, but the instructions said to do it, so I'm gonna do it. I didn't use a scrap fabric though this time in between because I didn't think you probably need to. And here's what they look like. And okay, so the patches I used were pretty good, but they did kind of peel off a little bit, so I wanted to sew it to make sure it was good. I didn't exactly use a back stitch or a running stitch. I kind of made a stitch and then moved a little bit further away from the stitch and then went back in like that direction to get them as close as possible. Sometimes the thread gets stuck at the bottom and you just have to fix that. but this definitely took a long time. It actually took me hours to sew on all the patches. There was about 10 in total and probably took me like 30 to 40 minutes, but I was also watching TV and stuff, so I was probably distracted. But yeah, if you have nothing to do and you're kind of bored, it's kind of fun just to pass the time if you like doing stuff like this, and it's pretty chill. I use color thread. I was debating between that and using just dark thread to match the patch, but I ended up choosing color thread because it's kind of like a rainbow. I also use a patch to cover up a small hole in the jeans. Here's where it gets a little bit crazy. So I've seen videos how to remove the button on jeans, how to reuse it, put it in a different spot. Okay, I thought it would be easy. I used like wire cutters and I tried so many things. I used like a bunch of different tools of my dad's. I even used these really dangerous looking metal scissors. Do not try this at home. It's very dangerous and it also didn't even work in the end, so would not recommend. I tried using jewelry, pliers. I tried so many things. I could not get the top to come off the button. I even tried removing them from a different pair of jeans. This I successfully removed the top, but broke the screw, so this was also useless. So then I tried to find a replacement. I went looking for something cool, but this one was too big. This one was too small. This one looks like it's for a stuffed animal. Yeah, so pretty much a bunch of crazy stuff. Try to see what would look cool. This one was perfect. I didn't exactly love the color, but I'm like, it's my only option at this point. I didn't really want to order one online and have to wait for it to come in because I wanted to finish this video and hopefully post it before winter breaks over and online school starts up again. So yeah, it's really easy to sew on and you just tie it off, and there was a little bit of a hole because of where I had removed the jean button from, so I used a ladder stitch and tried to seal this up to the best of my ability. I didn't do a great job, but it's also hidden by the jeans because it's like a V kind of a waistline, so you can't even see it, which is awesome, but I didn't want it to stretch over time. Hence why I did what I did, and I just used like a matching thread color to the fabric, the closest I could find, which was like navy. Comment below if your school is still in person or if it's online or has been online this whole school year. Just tie that off. So I ended up not sewing on pockets. Is it dumb? Yes. Will my foam fall out because I don't have a pocket I'm putting it in? Possibly I might do that. We'll see. I kind of like the way it looks without pockets, but the main reason is the thread color I have doesn't match. The darts that I sewed aren't perfect to take in the jeans, and I thought in the future if I want to fix it, a pocket could just be in the way and I'd have to seam rip it off.
Thanks so much for watching. Happy New Year, happy 2022. If school started up for you again, or it's going to start up soon, whether it's online or in person, I hope it's amazing. If you want to join the Sunflower fam, this amazing community here, you can just subscribe. Your guys' comments make my day, and I look forward to them every time. And if you make this project, let me know and comment and be like, I made the butterfly jeans. I would love to know if you ever make any of the projects that I show in my videos. Thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day.